Whew, that was a tight one. Just made it out in time. Except this last little batch here of 100 or 200 shares. All right. Yeah, I bought the pullback here. I was up for a little bit, about 1.6%. Then we broke the double top, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, there's a good chance we'll probably see VWAP. I was getting ready to sell, maybe at 97. Maybe I was going to wait for a break of 5. I wasn't totally sure. But man, this thing really dried up on us. Well, anyway, I'm down here, $63. Not really the worst. Just, you know, there it goes. There's back 9. Okay, I would have closed for a small profit. Yeah, pre-market today, you know, it's dry out there. There's not a lot going on. I probably would have held this one a bit longer if I wasn't about to go live. My finger was on the sell, and then I was like, I gotta click go live, and then I was pretty much going full chameleon mode where my eyes were just looking at two different things, and I was like, I'm just gonna close out this trade because the last thing I wanted was get stuck in a flush, and I just kind of wanted to watch the order flow, and in the end, you know, maybe it was a channel or something. Now we're breaking out from above it. I don't know. It's been a tough pre-market because there's not a lot going on. Anyway, guys, welcome back here. It's May 11th. It's Tuesday. Anything else? I don't know. I think that's everything. So yeah. So 9:02 here. We got plenty of time before the market opens at 9:30. So again, I'm down a little bit. This pre-market around $60 or so. Just kind of cruising through the different tickers. Not a lot going on. FOE acquisition here, so it's not going to be traded or it's not going to be moving today. It's basically being bought out at 22. Great if you bought it ahead of time, but not tradable anymore. Any NTEC, this one's very, very slow. It's also lacking a catalyst, but somehow it's the lead gapper here pre-market. So, we've been seeing this a lot in May. Pre-market very slow, but then all of a sudden, market opens, wham kablam, things are going. So I don't know, let's review some of the tickers and then try to think maybe which one's going to be the good one. But I wouldn't be surprised if a totally new ticker came up and then we were just following that one. But it's still good to know what's going on. So let's start on the list. NTEC here, lead gapper right now by 18%, not too much. We're typically looking for tickers over 40%, so it gives you kind of a scale on where we are today. Chinese packaged foods company, 15 million float, 22 million market cap. March 5th, this company paused production on a court order and now plans to resume. Okay, that's kind of the catalyst coming out with NTEC. Nothing really other than that. So I'm kind of surprised it's up so much, but well, I guess it's not really up that much, 18%. So some more resistance here. And we broke all the way to plus 6, 5.6. The 6 area is huge resistance here. 5.5, big support. So maybe we're going to be bouncing off this area a little bit if we are able to break higher. Man, you know what? I ended up being right on this one, but I guess I just didn't hold long enough. We could have been closing this one out for a nice little $100, put us back green on the day. But either way, we're dealing with pennies right now in the larger scheme of things, so it's not really the biggest deal. I still think that there is some opportunity. Where was I just trying to go? But I don't know. With NTEC, I think if we break over 5.5, this could be back in action really, really nicely. I think $5 right now is going to be a place to watch as well. So maybe we're going to do a little bit more trading on this one pre-market. Let's keep moving here to PTIX, which actually ended up kind of doing some pretty decent moves just now. Nice little front side right here. I was not on it, but good volume coming in on PTIX. USA Biotech, 7 million float, 40 million market cap. April 29th, they closed a $13 million public offering, which helped them do an uplisting to the NASDAQ, so they were OTC. Oh, God, all this stuff is sketchy. I'm not seeing a catalyst on this one that's any newer. That is one rough chart, which makes sense because they were OTC before then. If we break $4 on this one, I think we might run fairly quickly to around 6. And you know what I mean quickly, I mean, you know, that's really the place where there's a lot more resistance. Maybe 5.5 is going to be a big resistance as well. PTIX is definitely worth one watching, but that 7 million float, I think that's kind of the more interesting part about it. Other than that, I don't know. Markets are going to be opening red today, so we want to be kind of mindful of that. Usually my favorite is when the markets aren't doing much of anything. That's always kind of nice. When they're, you know, up or down too much, TOS has issues, small caps get overlooked, and you know, there's just other priorities in the market, it feels like. So it's good to keep that in mind. What else we got? We got CERC, which was moving a little bit. US Biotech, 40 million float, 250 million market cap, FDA grants fast track designation for treatment of hospitalized patients with COVID-19. That sounds pretty good, but we've been seeing a lot of these COVID tickers and not really performing that well anymore. So we'll see how this one kind of holds up here on the 4 hour. You can see we broke through some big resistance. We pulled back to this kind of $2-3 support. If we get over that, I think we could see a nice little move back maybe to 3.5. But right now, you know, that was a lot of sell volume that came in. But at least there's pretty decent relative volume, so that's a good sign. But yeah, chart overall is a little nasty. So again, you know, kind of got to pick and choose here a little bit. BMRA, I was kind of thinking about this could be some potential. I ended up trading this one very quickly here on a breakout, but it didn't continue, so I quickly sold. 10 million float, US diagnostics company. Fast 15-minute easy-to-use COVID-19 antigen test now available with simple nasal swab. Aren't they all nasal swab? The amount of times I've been swabbed is getting a little crazy. But yeah, okay, let's keep going here. UFS, what's this one? Just kind of popping up. This looks like a acquisition as well. Yeah, acquired at $55. That one's gonna be pegged. FF was looking at this one. This one's dry at the moment. PLN below $1. Yeah, so I don't know. Light pickings here, that's for sure. Is that your day trading portfolio? Maybe you got to tighten up the stops or something, Life. With my investment in portfolio, you know, I don't even look at that. I'm sure it's also up and down, you know, 2,000+ a day. But you know, be mindful of, you know, day trading versus swing trading versus investing. But yeah, I mean, most of my accounts are also taking quite a hit today, which I almost found surprising because they've been taking a huge hit, and I felt like there was nothing left to go down. But obviously, you know, zero is always the ultimate low. Yeah, gotta love it. All right, well, I'm going to let these kind of tickers brew here a little bit. I'm going to quickly run, and I'll be right back in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And then we'll go to some trending news here. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so NTEC, PTIX, BMRA, CERC, PLIN, maybe even all on our watch list, but none of them really making us too excited yet at this point. So common collected, we'll see where it goes. Look at this, VIX up 15% today. That's a big mover on the VIX. Bitcoin roughly breaking even. Oil down slightly. It's really the SPY that has me a little bit worried for today. So today's open might be kind of nasty. So let's be a little bit careful at the open here for sure. This could be a healthy pullback for continuation, or I mean, we might see a little bit harder times here, but sell volume isn't, super high, but at the same time it has always been the highest lately, which isn't exactly something you want to be seeing. But yeah, we'll see where this one goes. Nasdaq is very clearly on the backside for sure, without a question. I mean, this is a backside move I've ever seen one. Had the big sell-off, had the retest, now having a continuation. So most likely we're going to see some pretty nice dips today. SPX is going to open a red. Dow Jones is really, holding it like a champ. Aaron, you need mark percent change instead of just percent change. Let's quickly go through some of the news here. There was a few topics here on Morning Brew that I thought would be good to go over with you guys, just to make sure that we're all aware of it. So jobs report came out last Friday, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys remember. Badly missed targets, showing that there's widespread disconnect between the numbers of jobs open, which is apparently a lot, and the available labor force. It appears that the restaurant industry in particular just isn't all that attractive for people looking for work. So there's a lot of open jobs, more or less. That's one thing to consider. This is kind of interesting. DarkSide, that hack that happened on the U.S. gasoline pipeline, which has caused it to be offline for 4 days, apparently said it felt kind of bad about disrupting the flow of fuel to critical hubs on the East Coast. Like, what? In a statement posted to its website yesterday, DarkSide said it was apolitical and emphasized it was the anti-joker. Our goal is to make money and not creating problems for society. Well, that's a bit weird, because when you hack somebody, you definitely create a lot of problems for that person and cumulatively created for society, right? I don't know. I could be wrong there. In the DarkSide, in the future, DarkSide says it will pay closer attention to clients' intended targets. It already has a stance against hacking hospitals, schools, mortuary services, nonprofits, and governments. It's a little bit of a head scratcher there. I just wanted to throw it out there. This is another one. Yesterday, a group of 44 attorneys general asked Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg to ditch plans to develop an Instagram platform for children, which I think is called like InstaKids or something like that. It's not, yeah, InstaKids. Younger than 13, the current age cutoff for Facebook services. So they're basically trying to get people on it that can't use their services already, and the Attorney General is not super excited about that. It basically says it appears that Facebook is not responding to a need, but instead creating one, as this platform appeals primarily to children who otherwise do not or would not have an Instagram account. I definitely agree with that statement for sure, but definitely something worth noting. KPIs here. Japan does not, by 60% of the people do not want the Olympic Games here. They want it to be canceled. And I did want to kind of throw this one out here. Ford is calling its electric F-150 Lightning. It will be unveiled at an upcoming event next Wednesday and go on sale in 2022. I think we've been talking a little bit about the Ford F-150, not like recently, but like about 2 months ago, we threw it up on the channel every now and then. Yeah, there comes a little bit more competition. I mean, it actually looked pretty good, and I like the direction they're heading. Vaccinations in the US getting close to 50%, looking really good. COVID cases really taking a nice little dip from those huge highs that we had. Here we go. Gas shortages, #1 yesterday, taking a big hit. Here's a G0 article that kind of dives a little bit deeper into the crude oil ransom. I think it's a read that I have not done yet, but I'm going to throw it up on here for later. Amber Alert issued for an 8-year-old boy. Muskogee. Ay. There's more shootings as well, even in Russia. There's been a lot of local shootings going on. This is going to be a big IPO for sure. Oatly, I love the Oatly chocolate milk. I've talked about it many times on this channel. Oatly sees valuation possibly over $10 billion as the US IPO nears. That's actually kind of exciting. This is going to be a good one to track. I'll definitely be following it up with you guys. Also, I came out with a Coinbase valuation video today if you guys are interested, and if you guys are looking at Coinbase. I know we have been talking about it from time, not too much actually on this channel, but from time to time. Trading View, not that's Finviz. I was just like, wait a second, why am I having such a hard time thinking about Finviz? Coin had a huge bounce yesterday, around 11%. Right now, they are selling off a little bit pre-market. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. So yesterday, big rally. Does this show pre-market? Let's see here, settings, pre-market. It does have it selected, but it doesn't look like it's showing it right now. Cancel. Anywho, let's go to a daily. Big sell-off here, but yesterday, huge bounce, almost perfect off the 250 low. That was the original listing price, so kind of funny that it went perfectly down there. Probably a lot of limit orders ready to go. I'm really curious if we're gonna get back above 300. I think if we see 300 break, we'll probably see very quickly around 340, 350. And then I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to have kind of like this little double top area or what, but short term, that's where I'm thinking we might head, but we got to really hold this area, or else we could be double bottoming or something like that. So we'll see what happens. Either way, right now, I think we just want to take it a little bit slow because that open, I think, is going to be a little bit bumpy. Yesterday's, trading stats weren't amazing. We had a profit margin here of 35%, total winners 56%. It was like very 50-50 yesterday. My average position size down a little bit. I like to have it around $15,000. So yesterday I was trading with pretty small size. I wasn't really feeling comfortable with a lot of the tickers. So that was a big catalyst for that. Risk reward, could be better. Nothing, just light trading, honestly, more so than anything I can really say. I mean, 16 trades, that's an okay amount of trades, but yeah, small size. And a lot of these were just scratches. A lot of these were like partial fills where, I would get like, a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, and then I would just close it again. Yeah, I don't know. It just hasn't really been. Yesterday was like a mellow start to the week. I would be happy if we could kind of do that again. Well, we'll see here. PTIX, let's get back to the tickers. Keep a closer eye on them. Mike is saying Dodge is not going to the moon. Like, how can you tell people that? That's not what people want to hear. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I'm kind of enjoying my second coffee right now. Gotta get in position here, thinking, which ticker is the one that's gonna give us that nice clean open. NTEC pretty much fell off of our watch list altogether here. It's only up around 12%. So yeah, my scanner is not going to be picking it up anymore, which is kind of depressing. I could lower it, but I usually don't like lowering it so much. Yeah, I'm looking for 10%. I think it just fell below that. Should be popping back up though. FF being called out. Future Fuel Corp. That's kind of a ticker that's consistently holding this area. $15 seems to be just a zone that this ticker never really makes it above. You can see so many attempts here, even 16. A lot of fake outs. Right now we're coming back to support on this ticker. $10 looks like some critical support as well. Well, at least if you're buying FF, you're buying in a range and you're buying towards the lower half of the range, potentially. I mean, it might break here 10 and go to 7.5 pretty quickly. So that's, I guess, what you would be risking a little bit. Maybe even lower than that to like 5.5, but I'm not sure if it's going to go that low. I don't know. I don't know anything about this ticker. For day trading, we're probably not going to day trade it. Because the volume's so light right now. But maybe if it picks up, who knows? Anything's possible. I never really want to say we're never going to do something here because I always like to try to keep an open mind. Did have a huge dead cat bounce here after the dividend payment, which makes sense because that's typically how dividends roll. Stock price flushes a little bit to make up for the cash that was just paid out, right? PTIX again crawling here. This could be a bit of a breakout. PRPO getting called out as well. PRPO seems to have pretty decent amount of support around 4. The problem is it already had a big bounce off of 4, 15%. I usually don't trade that move twice, and that's basically what would be happening now. I don't think I'm going to be touching PRPO. It could be good, but at the moment, I'm not sure if this one's for me. It might be a lighter bounce. Who knows? Maybe there's definitely opportunity. Question is, what's the best ticker today? Another 3.5 minutes before the market opens. PTIX. USA Biotech with that 7 million float, 40 million market cap could still be one of the more interesting ones. It is lacking a catalyst. Let me know if you guys see a catalyst for PTIX. I think I'm not seeing it. Yeah, okay, Mike. I was kind of feeling the same way. I always, whenever I get desperate, I find myself on StockTwits looking for a catalyst, and then usually at like 30 seconds into it, I'm already like, okay, you know, I've already made a mistake, so I might as well just call looking up further catalysts. Let's just keep on trading price action today, I guess. We'll see what's the best. You know, you don't have to trade every single day. So, you know, today's one of those days where you could just say, I'm going to wrap it up. But at the same time, we've been seeing some of the best moves after the market opens and sometimes even late day. Yesterday, we had a really, really late day, nice late day mover, IHT. This was a nice one. Look at this. I mean, literally perfect power hour move, that last hour before the market closes from 3 to 4. Right around 3 o'clock, this one has a big run up leading into 3 o'clock, has a perfect pullback. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even arguably 6 pullbacks, but definitely a clean 5 pullbacks on a huge run up here. I mean, like 100%. So, I mean, there's opportunities. They just haven't really been pre-market. And then sometimes the market open is a bit wishy-washy. Well, it's always a bit wishy-washy market open, but lately it's, you know, less follow through maybe. The turtle lady. Somebody really likes turtles. What is the what's the intention with the turtles? That's a good question. All right, guys. So we got another 40 seconds here before the market opens. Time to change. Time of force today. Yeah, calm and collected. Let's see what we get. And no need to force anything here. I am right now, unfortunately, in the red, but just about a scratch of a day at the moment. So let's see what we can kind of find here for some opportunities. PTIX with that possible break of 4. I think this might be one of the more promising tickers today. Seven seconds. Good luck, everyone. That was loud. 1,000 shares ready to go on PTIX. Nice break of 4 there. Looking good on the daily. Selling volume's not super light, but it is holding this first candle so far. Pretty okay. Oh, spoke too soon, huh? Wasn't really a trade for me. That's why I wasn't really getting nervous or anything like that. Although, let's see here, 2 minutes now. I'm getting ready for the 2 minutes after the market opens. Opportunities could start crawling in. PTIX, our elite gapper here with the most dollar volume, only up $20 million volume. Very, very, very light. So SPY down 1%, NASDAQ down 1.6, Dow Jones down 0.7. So that's really the problem right now, is just the amount of selling we're seeing across the board. DDD, kind of an interesting move here, 3D Systems. %. Can't complain about that. PTIX still holding it. DDD is a $2.5 billion company, so it's well above what I'm usually looking for. CERC had a really good red to green move. Would argue it's worth keeping an eye on just because of that alone. The nice fast rate of change as well. The pre-market action on this one was just really nasty. I ended up selling my SNDL yesterday for a small little loss. It didn't really hold, but it was up from where we were when we were streaming, so technically I even walked away with a little bit more. Colby's saying TOS super laggy for me. Yeah, it feels like for me it's actually fine, but any day the markets are up or down over 1%, it's always a little bit laggy. NTEC holding it here. It's trying to recover from that morning sell-off it had. Looks like it's having an okay potential red to green move here. I'll put an alert at 4.6. Oops. Creating unnecessary lines on accident on this chart. DDD right now winning. This is just a big market cap, man. We're getting so many stray tickers today. 2 billion market cap, 120 float. Big numbers. They're up on quarterly, so that's actually pretty okay. $21. There's definitely some resistance there at 21. Good call on PHUN. Quite the dip there on PHUN. NTEC back over the 9 EMA. I'm watching NTEC right now. It's kind of an aggressive sell though. Whew. DDD somehow looking actually the cleanest. CERC crawling up here. Very wicky, this ticker. Very wicky. $9.37. I still haven't really found one ticker that has convinced me. CERC selling off just slightly. NTEC, I thought when it broke here higher, I was like, this is actually looking kind of good again. But that just the amount of sell volume on this ticker had me a little bit on edge, and then I didn't really like, basically the strength of the selling. That's why I ended up not buying that pullback. SPCE halted? No, really? Space halted to the upside. Whoa, that was something I was not expecting. Space has been one of my favorite swing trading tickers. Wow, this thing sold off so much. It's at a huge support zone here at 15. It went down all the way to 1426. Yeah, nice rally there on Space. I'm so surprised Space halted. It's going to open up at 40 and 50 seconds. Might be worth watching. I mean, there's not a lot to watch right now, so probably definitely worth watching. CERC actually did end up holding this area pretty well. Definitely back in play. Coming up to some resistance from pre-market. Just kind of want to note that. Okay, let's go back to Space. Opened up from the halt and keeps on ripping. So this looks like a big bottom bounce slash squeeze slash momentum traders all kind of jumping on the ticker at once, creating a nice rip to the upside. Good to see this kind of momentum coming through here from Space. This ticker was just way too depreciated, arguably. I mean, it's pretty much almost close to where it was when it was first popped up on our radar after the SPAC transfer. Keith, that's normal. TOS, the alerts usually never get triggered pre-market or after the market opens, especially when the market's this busy. I'm going to put an alert on this one. I don't really expect it to go off, but I do want to be reminded it just in case, even if it's late, if the ticker does go lower. What happened to our, NTEC here? Our little baby just kind of dried up. We actually do have pretty decent volume on this ticker, but it's having a hard time picking a direction right now. It's just consolidating, also lacking a catalyst. Possible break there at VWAP. Technically, this ticker really didn't sell off that much when you open around 5-6%. That's really not too bad. Space is still crawling up. Who's trading space here? I'm never that hot about jumping on day trades with swing trade or tickers that I swing trade, but I would definitely trade this one. I'm going to keep an eye on it. This is huge support here at 16, so let's see how this one kind of performs. I'll keep an eye on it for sure. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the hot names are running Tesla, space. Tesla had a great bottom bounce there, up 3%. Still think it could be a bit of a temporary dead cat though. CERC. I'm not sure why I'm not trading this one a little bit more. We've had some good moves on CERC and somehow I snoozed through them a little bit. NTEC crawling for that VWAP breakout. It's going. It wants it. Pretty decent volume so far. I mean, yesterday we were around 5 million shares traded. Now we're already around 4 million. So NTEC is kind of popping up here with some good speed. NTEC might get halted here at 516. Possible halt on NTEC. Oh yeah. At least a 5-minute hold. Possible open at 51. Looks like the NASDAQ had a little bit of a bounce here. Could see a little bit more continuation. Usually around 5 minutes, Carlos. Sometimes they're 10-minute hold. CERC. This is the ticker that I keep talking about, but I somehow haven't traded yet. I'm not sure why. Nice move there on CERC. Great first leg. Then it had a flag pattern. Now it's breaking from that flag pattern. Good clean movement overall in this ticker. Maybe we're going to get some more upside to around 365. Nice, Bruce. Solid win. Wow, 948, and I haven't done a trade yet since the open. It's actually quite unusual for me. Nice, Mark. Hopefully that opens up in a good direction. But you definitely got, I mean, 475, that's, you know, breakout prices. So that's really good. So even if it does flash quickly down, I mean, you're nicely in the money there. CERC just had a little bit of a flush. I think people were a little bit nervous to trade this one, specifically myself, because of the way it performed pre-market. It just wasn't a very nice ticker. A lot of selling pressure coming in. Yep, NTEC's about to open up. Let's watch it. Here we go, NTEC. Get it about 15, potentially 15 seconds. Good relative volume here with some nice upside to about 5.5. 4 major resistance comes in. This could be a good runner. Quick pullback there. Instantly spikes higher. Possible move past 5.2. Good volume. Look at that green volume on this ticker. indecisive. There was definitely bottom bouncing, bottom buyers going in. Good action we're seeing on that for sure. Possible entry here on PHUN. Possible breakout back above VWAP. Long at 46. Struggling a little bit. Just watching this ticker here. Unfortunately, it's a little slow on this breakout. Could be another attempt. I kind of gave it a few attempts though. Small loss on that one. I'm not really sure. PHUN lost 19 bucks on that. I was up a little bit, but the breakout didn't hold. DTD is actually just constantly really good continuation. Let's see here. Go back to NTEC. Great pullback there and a bounce. I'm usually not trading halts, so that's why I didn't trade this one. But good bounce for sure. Good continuation. Might get a little bit smoother. I mean, it has a 4 million float, so it wasn't super surprising that it ended up halting. Huge resistance here at 520. CERC had very aggressive flush. That's when we were watching for a little bit. Ended up going to 298 with a decent little bounce, but it doesn't look like it's too active anymore. Yeah, PHUN. Oh, so close to getting some, a little bit of a move out of this one, but ended up not working. Bought the breakout, but it slowed down pretty quickly. Maybe we're going to see another move out of it. NTEC trying to break 5.2. Not sure if it's the day for the breakout. Let's see here. 5.2. Woo! Nice. Here we go. Let's see how high it goes. Nice, nice. CERC could open up some opportunity for dip buys, but I don't think the risk reward is really worth it. You'll be trying to squeeze away 2% or something and risking these flushes, which I'm not sure if it's really something you want to be doing. NTEC had a bit of a fake out there. BMRA was never able to hold the highs either. Today's just sketchy day. So pre-market already felt bad, but I was like, well, pre-market has been bad lately, and then good opens. But today just doesn't seem like that day. I mean, today's a huge sell-off in the overall market. So again, I'm not really surprised. I think was PHUN my only trade since the open? I feel like it was. NTEC bouncing back here. Yeah, recovery duro. That's definitely a good way to handle days like today. So I love it. Good attitude. As much as I would also like to keep trading and push it to the next level, you know, there's not the opportunities is very limited. There were some really good moves on NTEC if you wanted to take a little bit more risk on it. So that was pretty awesome. Congrats to anyone walked away green on that one. There was a few quick runners, but it all kind of was a little bit sporadic. I think CERC, I should have, could have, would have. I think I could have jumped on this one and walked away with some green on it for sure. I probably hesitated a little bit too much. This was a nice breakout here. I was kind of watching in this area, and then again, this kind of pullback here. Even though it wasn't a proper breakout, could have walked away with a scalp on that one. So could have been good. I'm going to keep watching things a little bit longer, but most likely we'll end up wrapping up. I'm down $82 today as of now. So that's my pretty much day trading recap. You know, we traded NTEC, PHUN, BMRA, CERC, all of which didn't really amount to too much, which is fine. You know, it's just a slower day. It's totally fine. We've had an amazing start to May, and I couldn't be any happier. Honestly, you know, you're bound to get a handful of slower days. And at the moment, today seems like one of them. Maybe just like yesterday's IHT, we're going to have another midday or late day kind of power hour ticker that, you know, runs and, you know, is tradable. I'll probably be watching the markets a little bit again. If so, I'll be in the day trading chat room in the Discord. You got to do it live. You got to do it. Yeah, our unallocated. I was like, wait a second, what's going on over here? Why is there an unallocated? This is our swing trade portfolio right now on our Roth IRA. We're down 7.2 thousand on it. Nothing's changed on it. That's why I haven't really mentioned anything. So you could go to a video from about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, probably even, and it's all consistent. So I haven't really discussed anything new here. I came out with that Coinbase video today, which I think is worth watching if you guys are looking to buy Coinbase. I kind of go over my personal experience with it, and then some analysis on where it could be going based on risk reward, based on their filings, their SEC filings, and analysis, price targets. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. Again, guys, I'll see you guys in the Discord, and hopefully we get a little bit more action. I wouldn't mind, you know, still day trading a little bit, but at the moment, I'm going to wrap it up red, and most likely, I like very rarely trade after the stream, like probably less than 2% of the time. But if there's a good setup and I'm online today, I have a little bit more time, so I could see myself doing it maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to shed a quick tear here because that's going to end my... Not that it even matters, but that's going to end my little bit of a green streak here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green days in a row. It's not really too bad. I don't know if that's our record. I think January we had some really nice flows, but anyway, it's so unimportant that I should have not even mentioned it, but still thought it'd be worth running up. SNDL being called out. SNDL was a ticker that I still feel like it's a good swing trade. I ended up closing my position with the plans of maybe buying back. Let me go here to a 5-minute chart so you guys could see the action on this one. So this is the trade. You guys know I did overnight here looking for that move higher. We didn't end up getting this, or it worked, but we kind of closed it out as momentum was fading. I went here for a second attempt, looking for, okay, well, maybe we're just going to have a sell-off before we rocket back to the upside. Volume was very low, so I ended up closing it again for pretty much a break even. Then we're selling off here. Now it's having a nice little bounce off the lows, 8% move. I think SNDL, every time it has a big sell-off, I might consider just dip trading it and looking for a nice little rally to the upside, because it's a slow one. It's a little hard to day trade, but I think you can get some good snags off of a swing trade on this one or overnight, because this ticker has sold off over 80% from the all-time highs. And I think, we're only due for a huge bottom bounce, even if it's a dead cat bounce. So I'm going to continue looking at SNDL. But again, if I don't see that resolution overnight, I'm going to be closing out my position. I don't want to hold just for to, go down 5%, go down another 10%. I don't want to have my trade turn into a bag. So I'm going to be managing this one every time I do get into it fairly quickly. Right now actually does look like another opportunity. So we'll see. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will see you then first thing tomorrow morning. How do I change my screen? Is this it? I keep forgetting. Yeah, this is it. All right, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And don't forget to drop a like on the way out, guys. I really appreciate it. Ciao, ciao.